Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. Alright, Browns fans, today we've got some exciting, yet somewhat controversial news coming out of Berea. It's a story that could reshape the quarterback battle in Cleveland and definitely has the potential to alter the team's trajectory this season. Now, if you've been following the Browns, you know that quarterback competitions are always a hot topic. But this year, it's turning into something quite intriguing. We're talking about a four-man race that's already sparking debates among fans, analysts, and even some former coaches. It's not your typical off-season story, folks. It's about strategy, potential, and a little bit of the unknown, all set against the backdrop of a team eager to find its next franchise quarterback. So let's break down what's happening. As of now, Cleveland's coaching staff, led by head coach Kevin Stefanski, is entering June's minicamp with a very clear task: figure out who will be the starting quarterback when the season kicks off. And honestly, that's easier said than done. The competition involves veteran Joe Flacco, who's no stranger to NFL defenses and has a wealth of experience, including playoff appearances and a reputation as a reliable backup who can step in when needed. Flacco, with his veteran savvy, is considered the frontrunner for now, mainly because he understands Cleveland's offensive system better than anyone else. His familiarity with the playbook, combined with his leadership qualities, makes him a favorite to take the first snaps in Week 1. But things aren't that straightforward. The other contenders are young, hungry, and eager to make a statement. Kenny Pickett, the Steelers' former first-round pick, has not been given much consideration so far, mostly because his recent performances haven't quite stood out during the off-season workouts. Still, he's a name to watch, especially considering his talent and potential to develop into a starting-caliber quarterback. Pickett's arm talent, athleticism, and football IQ are qualities that the Browns' coaching staff have acknowledged, but consistency remains an issue. For now, he's in the mix, but he faces an uphill battle against Flacco's experience. Then we come to the rookies, Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders. Now, this is where things get really interesting. Gabriel, a dynamic quarterback out of Oklahoma, has shown flashes of brilliance, especially during team drills and minicamps. His ability to extend plays with his mobility and throw accurately from different platforms gives him a lot of promise. Plus, he's a smart player who quickly picks up the playbook, which is a big plus for a rookie trying to earn respect in his first NFL training camp. Shedeur Sanders, on the other hand, is the one generating the most buzz, both inside and outside the organization. Drafted in the 5th round from Colorado, Sanders has been labeled by many as a bit of a project, but his college tape tells a different story. He's a talented passer with a quick release, good arm strength, and impressive instincts. The hype around him in Cleveland has been enormous, especially considering his background as a two-time national champion at Colorado and the fact that he's the son of NFL legend Deion Sanders. Fans initially doubted whether he could make the leap to the professional level, but after a standout performance during OTAs, throwing for 3 touchdowns and completing 7 of 9 passes, those doubts have started to fade. However, here's where the controversy kicks in. Despite Sanders' impressive flashes, the coaching staff has been cautious. They've been giving him fewer reps with the starters and more with the backups, which has perplexed many fans and analysts. Some see it as a sign that the team isn't fully sold on him yet, while others believe it's just a strategic move to manage his development. Former Browns head coach Eric Mangini, for instance, recently weighed in on the situation, saying, "This hype train in Cleveland is so ridiculous right now. It exploded the second he got here." Stefanski trying to tamp it down. Mangini's words reflect a reality that many Browns fans are feeling. The excitement around Sanders is palpable, but there's also a healthy dose of skepticism. But Sanders himself isn't bothered by the chatter. Instead, he's focused on making the most of every opportunity. His attitude is all about work, patience, and earning the trust of the coaching staff. And let's be honest, this is a crucial year for him. If he can continue to impress during training camp and preseason games, he might just leapfrog Flacco or even Pickett by the time the season begins. The competition is fierce, and Stefanski has emphasized that it's a fluid situation, with no definitive starter announced yet. That's good news for Browns fans who love a quarterback battle that's not settled until the last minute. Now, you might be wondering, what does this all mean for the Cleveland Browns season? Well, it's a pivotal moment. The quarterback position is always the most critical in the NFL, and having a secure, confident starter can make all the difference. The Browns have a talented roster loaded with playmakers: Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb, David Njoku, and a solid offensive line, so the right quarterback could elevate this team to a new level. If Flacco secures the job, it's a veteran presence that can stabilize the offense, especially in close games. But if Sanders or Gabriel surprises everyone, it could inject a new spark and even change the team's offensive dynamics. Looking at the bigger picture, the Browns' recent history has been marked by high hopes, some heartbreaks, and a relentless quest to reclaim their status as a perennial playoff team. Fans have been waiting for a true franchise quarterback since the days of Bernie Kosar, and although Baker Mayfield came close, the team has struggled to find that consistent, game-changing signal caller. The current competition might be the most open and competitive since the franchise's resurgence in the 2010s. It's a storyline that could define the season, and it's one that every Browns supporter should keep a close eye on. Of course, there's the added context of the AFC North, a division that's as competitive as ever. The Bengals, with Joe Burrow leading a high-powered offense, are looking to defend their division title. The Ravens, always tough with Lamar Jackson's dual-threat ability, are aiming for another strong year. The Steelers, under Mike Tomlin, are never out of the fight, especially with Kenny Pickett now in the mix. So the Browns' quarterback battle isn't happening in a vacuum. It's part of a larger, fierce division where every game counts, and every decision at the quarterback position could tip the scales. In terms of expectations, this season could be a turning point. The Browns have invested heavily in their roster through drafts and free agency, adding key players to fill gaps. But the quarterback position remains the ultimate puzzle piece. If Cleveland can find stability there, the sky's the limit. On paper, this team has enough talent to contend for the playoffs, but it all hinges on getting the right guy under center. And with Kevin Stefanski's offense known for its versatility and smart play calling, a confident, consistent quarterback could unlock a lot of potential. Now, let's talk some stats and recent performances. Flacco, with his experience, has thrown for over 40 yards in his career, including a Super Bowl-winning run with the Ravens in 2012. His leadership and pocket presence are his biggest strengths. But his arm strength has declined a bit with age, and his mobility isn't what it used to be. Still, he's a reliable option, especially in the short to intermediate passing game, and he's known for staying calm under pressure. Kenny Pickett, as a young quarterback, has shown promise during his time at Pitt and in the NFL. His college stats were impressive: over 300 passing yards and 42 touchdowns in his final season, and he demonstrated good decision-making and mobility. However, in the NFL, he's still trying to find his rhythm. The Browns aren't counting on him to be the starter right away, but he's a player with upside, and if he develops, he could be a long-term solution. Dillon Gabriel's numbers at Oklahoma were remarkable, with over 500 yards passing and 35 touchdowns in his last college season. He's known for his quick release and ability to extend plays. His transition to the NFL will be about adjusting to the speed of the game and refining his reads, but he's a player Browns fans should watch closely this summer. And Shedeur Sanders, a true wildcard, has been described as a natural leader with a gunslinger mentality. During OTAs, his performance was eye-catching, but he still has a steep learning curve ahead. His arm talent is undeniable, and his confidence is high, which is crucial for a rookie quarterback trying to make his mark. If he can continue to impress, he might even challenge Flacco for the starting spot by the time the regular season arrives. As we look ahead, the coming weeks and training camp practices will be crucial. Coaches will be evaluating not just physical skills, but also leadership, decision-making, and the ability to handle the pressure of NFL games. The quarterback competition in Cleveland isn't just about talent. It's about consistency, mental toughness, and the ability to thrive in a high-stakes environment. Browns fans should be excited, because this is the kind of competition that can elevate a team and create some unforgettable moments in the upcoming season. Moreover, the NFL landscape is always shifting, and Cleveland's quest for stability at the quarterback position is a microcosm of the league's larger narrative of finding that elusive franchise guy. The Browns have been close before, with moments of promise that kept fans hopeful. But now, with a new wave of young talent and seasoned veterans battling it out, it feels like something special is brewing. Whether it's Flacco's leadership, Pickett's potential, Gabriel's athleticism, or Sanders' raw talent, each has a role to play in shaping the team's future. In the end, Browns fans, what matters most is belief. Belief in your team, in your coaching staff, and most importantly, in your quarterback. The competition is fierce, the stakes are high, and the entire NFL is watching to see who will emerge as Cleveland's next signal caller. The journey toward that decision is exciting, filled with anticipation and hope. And as always, Browns fans, we're here to bring you the latest updates, analysis, and insights on this unfolding story. So stay tuned, because the best is yet to come for the Cleveland Browns. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this quarterback competition? Do you think Flacco has what it takes to lead the team again, or are you hoping Sanders or Gabriel can seize the moment? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Browns.